All right. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Thank you all for joining. My name is Keno Mullings, and I am the founder and president of Institute of Entrepreneurship and Leadership. And so, thank you all for joining our open house. We're going to get to learn about who we are, IEL, and what we do. So, we'll keep it short. Presentation for you. And IEL, real quickly, we're a nonprofit based in the city of Providence, and we provide tech leadership and entrepreneurship leadership training. We're focused not just on theory and tactics, and just help teach you or train you, make you an implementer, but we're also focused on helping you to think and change the way you think and be a creator. And we are helping individuals to be positioned to succeed, not just in their personal life, but in their tech life, also in their entrepreneurship life. We have our vision is twofold. One is to end poverty through entrepreneurship. And as we define poverty, poverty is to have lack and no hope of more. That's poverty. And second is to increase the diversity in the tech economy. Our mission is simple. It's to develop and teach, develop tech and entrepreneur leaders who through commerce usher solutions that solve problems and meet the need of others. And so, that's who we are in a nutshell. We build this entire organization on 5 core values. One is understanding money, because if the money isn't right, nothing else is right. Understand purpose so that whatever career path you take, whether it's an entrepreneur or a tech career, you know that it's for you because you know who you are. And thirdly, start a business or career. And fourth is excel. Whatever you do, you're going to excel. There's no halfway. It's 100% all the time. And finally, leave a legacy, because there's never a U-Haul behind a hearse, right? You've heard the old adage. And so, whatever you do now, whatever you're establishing now in our tech career or as an entrepreneur, we're leaving someone behind, or we're leaving our legacy. And what's that legacy? So this evening we're going to talk about the Tech Accelerator. So for our entrepreneurship vision, we have a program called Bootstrap Bootcamp. But for a tech track or tech career track, we have the Tech Accelerator. And so the problem that we saw in the marketplace and why the Tech Accelerator also exists, yes, we're increasing diversity in the tech economy, but also what we saw is that in Rhode Island, there's a shortage of tech talent to fill the demand of growing companies. Not to mention the companies that are here now, not necessarily traditional tech companies, but also companies that have a tech department also need tech folk. But we have this influx of all these companies, large companies that are moving in, that are going to dry up some of the existing tech workforce, and we need more people. Second, there's not a lot of tech training programs exist that do more than just train. There are lots of programs out there that train individuals for a career in tech, but not many programs train and provide practical, real-world experience to go with that. And that's what makes our program really unique. Thirdly, there's really no opportunity, or not, I shouldn't say no, because I don't know everything, right? But there's not much opportunity for potential employees and employers to evaluate each other before, that job, that placement is made, that marriage is made. And so what we have done through some of the internship programs that we're going to talk about later on is we're facilitating that marriage, that meeting of the two, so that the employee can try out the employer and the employer can try out the employee. And so that way they're both confident that once the hire is made, it was the best hire, it was the right hire. The fourth problem that we saw, or that we see, is that there's not much support for new geeks. All us geeks at one point or the other have gone through imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, it's where you feel like you're about to get found out. Like, do you really know how to do this job? Do you really know what you're doing? You think you know, but you're not sure, and you feel like someone's going to go boom. You don't know, right? And so these are the 4 problems that we have identified, and the Tech Accelerator seeks to solve the problem with what we call an innovative and new tech fulfillment paradigm. Okay, I came up with that just so it sounds fancy, but It's really just-in-time training and valuable work experience with mentorship. So getting individuals, potential employees, trained for a role, for a career that they want, almost customized training, and then adding some work experience to go with that, so that they're more confident and they're um, more probable that they'll get hired, right? And so this is our sequence. First there's an assessment. Where are you? A lot of people are closer to tech than they think, because a lot of times they're transferable skills. And tech isn't just writing software or fixing a computer, right? You have business analysts, right? You have software project managers. So you can imagine someone who was a project manager before, they may very well be a very good project manager in another role. Or they're a manager before, which is dealing with people. You're still dealing with people even in tech. So a lot of times skills are very transferable. And we do an assessment just so that we know, and our students know where they are now and where they need to go. Our training falls in three buckets. There's lots of training partners that we refer out to if we don't have the specific training that our students need. But our training falls in three buckets. There's soft skills training, things. Oh, actually, I want to talk a bit more about soft skills training in a sec. We have core tech training, tech culture training, our real work experience, and again, the onboarding and mentorship. So that's our process from beginning to end. There's an assessment, there's training, experience, and then mentorship going forward. So with our soft skills training, what we're trying to accomplish is it's to promote self-awareness. Help folks really understand who they are. Strategic life planning, which is a strategic life plan is like a business plan for your life. It's a document that you create to say, this is who I am, and this is how I'm going to execute. This is how I'm going to accomplish my goals. Third is developing communication skills. Yes, us geeks, we don't always sit in the dark corner, banging away keys. Sometimes we have to interface with individuals. And so how do you communicate to get your point across, or to be a valuable contributor to some team or the other? And finally, leadership development. We'll have a certified John Maxwell coach that will be providing really, really good leadership programs, because, not because someone is entry level doesn't mean that they're not a leader, right? Because you lead up at times, right? And you also lead your peers by your influence and just who you are. So that's just a touch of what our soft skills training are. And of course, core tech training, software design, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, web application development, business analysis, software project management. We have a program we call Fast Track to a Software Career. And it's a 15-week program, fully immersive and very flexible for folks who are just getting into technology, and some folks who are already in technology and may just need to brush up on their skills. So that's our core tech training. And again, what we don't have as a school, IEL, for tech training or core tech training, and even soft skills training, we refer out to our partners, because the goal is having or equipping our students to have what we call an empowered tech career, right? A tech career where, one, they love the package, but they also love the people, the product, the place, and it aligns with their purpose, their self-identified purpose. They call it 5 P's of a perfect job. And so that's what we're also about. And then thirdly, I said tech culture training. So it's, we have resume writing, how to get hired in tech is one of the workshops. And tech culture training, it's, there's some things that are just not taught in schools. There are just some things that you really can't teach unless you're a practitioner. So I also run a software development company in the city of Providence, the Mullings Group. And this, how to get hired in tech is actually a program that I teach, a workshop that I teach, and it's just imparting experience. Hey, if you want to get hired in tech, you need to have a Stack Overflow account, or you should have a GitHub account, or be an active participant in this forum or the other. Or, you need to get used to this kind of culture, or maybe you should know a bit about this sort of game, because, most geeks know that game. And, I'm using geeks in the best sense of the word, because I'm 100% certified. I have a t-shirt on here that says 100% geek, not, but you know what I mean. But tech culture training, it's imparting from one person in tech to another, and others on our team, one person to another. This is what it's like, right? There's no textbook for it. This is just what the workplace is like, so that there wouldn't be much of a culture shock. It's like going to a new country, right? Or you're going from one country to another, and there's this culture shock because the culture is so different from yours. But what we're trying to do is ease or get rid of that culture shock, so that we're already part of or understand what the culture will be like. But also, we call ourselves the IEL family. Once you're a student here, you become a part of the family. It's beyond the student ID or the student email address, but our director of student engagement, Shamika Moore, she runs or will be running a job club where every periodically folks come in and we do job hunting together. We're getting ready to launch a meetup called Tech Accelerator, where you come and you learn just topics, sharpen your skills or network on how to get hired and to get a job in tech or start your business in tech. So you're definitely going to be accepted and embraced as part of our family. While you're being trained, once you're in the workforce, you can always come back home, as we say, and and just feel at ease, right? It's like tech therapy. And then next we have the real work experience. And so we're going to be partnering with the Mullings Group and other companies as well. We're still actively working on that partnership where students will be able to work on real software projects. And at some point, companies that will potentially hire students will create projects where that student and that company can experience each other in a work setting or in a work environment, right? And so that's the idea of our real work experience. And when I say real, it's not classroom projects. It's real deliverables, real clients, real expectations, so that there is a high level of expectation as to the outcome. So emphasis on real, right, and not necessarily a classroom project. And so, I mean, in summary, this is a tech accelerator. First, we start with an assessment where we figure out where students are, where they need to go. We have you as a student pick what we call a career theme. So, are you a front-end developer, back-end developer, full stack? Are you UI, UX? Are you a project manager, a business analyst? Where do you see yourself? What theme or themes do you fit in? Then we map out your training strategy, and what courses you need to take in order to start your career in your chosen field. Then training, like I said, training, soft skills training, tech culture training, and core tech skills or core tech training. So training is broken up into 3 areas. Then preparation, which is the internship opportunity that is still in development. Hopefully, we'll be able to kick that off soon, where through the Mullings Group and other partners, we'll be able to create real life work experiences for our students. And then finally, we're here to help you get hired. There's actually going to be someone on staff dedicated, or IT job developer. That is their job. Their role is to help you get placed in a job, in a career, the right career, the starting career, but a career nonetheless. And so that is the process on a whole. And so hopefully, you guys will come and sign up. If you want to follow us on social media, it's #IEL or #TechAccelerator. And just some things coming up. To register for our courses, you go to ieleadership.org. That's ieleadership.org /courses. Our open house, we'll have another open house in January. There's another one coming up. Classes start Monday, January 8th. So you want to sign up now so you can get in our classes. And we have 2 tracks. We have a morning track and we have an evening track. So whichever works for individuals. But we definitely want you to join our launch party. So we're having a beautiful big launch party Friday, January 19th, 6 to 8. where over here at Sprout Co-working in our new space, we call the Placement Accelerator. It's going to be cool. Our moniker is the future is geek because the future is geek. If you don't know, you better know, right? So again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for attending our open house. We hope to see you soon. Go online, ieleadership.org. That's ieleadership.org. Sign up for the Tech Accelerator. Sign up for our courses. All of this is powered and made possible funding through Tech Force Rhode Island, program, which is in collaboration with the state of Rhode Island and so forth. So we will help you, guide you through that process of applying for Tech Force RI. So again, go to ieleadership.org and